Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy second recording, I think, on this Christmas. It's about quarter to 7 p.m. Eastern time, so you guys don't have too much longer, right? But I wanted to share this with you guys. As I stated before, I don't know. I'm just not that girl. I'm just not that girl. I don't want this and that and all this stuff and all these gifts. I'm just not that girl. Give me some quality time. Give me a walk on the park when it's raining. Give me a home cooked meal. Give me I'm just so different, guys. I promise you. The average chick, the average woman wants diamonds and wants this and wants that. And all that stuff is beautiful. Like, I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that, right? I just know that I'm the weird one. Like, that stuff it just doesn't move me. I don't know why. It just never did, right? The small things, like the words in your card, the words that you write, right? Don't even mail me anything. Handwrite my letter, like that type of stuff. Sentimental things. Anyway, guys, so let me tell you guys. All right, so I want to share with you the best gift that I got. Right. And of course I got physical things and you have to be intentional, but I still someone gave me some very, very expensive earrings and I'm just like, how much did you pay for these things? Because like, I have to be intentional about receiving, because it's also important to know that the people who give to us, my servers, when people give back to you, it also makes them feel all warm and fuzzy inside, the same way we feel when we serve and give others. So keep that in mind next time somebody wants to bless you. All right, but here's the best gift that I got. So I called to check on Mr. Steve, which is the homeless gentleman who I'm currently helping. And it's crazy because I had to call him because, again, I told you guys I have to constantly block him because, he gets his little Bud Ice, Bud Ice, and, start calling my phone with nonsense and foolishness. But anyway, since I made the recording, the one that you guys saw and met him on, he haven't been calling me. And so I was like, okay, because I can tell him don't call, but he still calls. And that's why I have to block him. But he's not blocked and he has not been calling. So, of course, now my mind wants to play tricks on me. Like, okay, he's not calling. Is everything all right? Is he okay? Right? Because he don't have any family or anything like that to check up on him. And so I said, well, I'll wait till Christmas. So I called him today, maybe about 3. He didn't answer the phone. So I got a little paranoid because he always answers his phone, and I was like, oh my goodness, okay, he's not calling, harassing my nerves. He didn't answer his phone. I hope he's okay in that room. And so I decided to call him again about 30 minutes ago. I called him and he answered the phone. Hey, Miss Kizzy, Merry Christmas. Sounding all just vibrant and he sounds absolutely amazing. And I said, hey, I just called to tell you Merry Christmas. And I said, I hope Santa Claus brought you a lot of gifts, etc. Just, joking. And he was like, Santa Claus, God, whatever. It's God. He ain't no Santa Claus. But yes, the best gift he's brought me is just being in this warm hotel room. I'm just laying in this bed and I'm just warm. I feel safe. I feel comfortable. And I said, Mr. Steve, I said, when the last have you had your Bud Ice? And he said, honestly, in probably about 6 days. And I said, you know what? I said, remember when I called you and you was very sick in that room? I said, now that I think about it, all the symptoms that you were having, you couldn't keep anything down, you were shaking, all that stuff like that. You were potentially going through alcohol withdrawal, right? Because, of course, his body is chemically dependent on it. So you could have been going through alcohol withdrawal, and that's why you were so sick. I don't know if any of you guys know anything about withdrawal, but listen, withdrawal ain't no joke if you've ever been around someone who's going through withdrawal. Alcohol withdrawal is really, really bad. Really bad. In fact, it can knock you into seizures and literally, it can be bad. And so we talked about that. He said, you know what? He said, I think you're right. Because now that I think about it, when I tried to stop drinking on my own years ago, it was the same scenario. Same thing happened. I was sick like that. So I said, well, what have you been doing? He said, well, I've been reading my word. He said, I'm reading my word right now. So whatever chapter he was on, I think he was in the book of John, I believe. And he started reading it to me. He was reading it to me. And I was so blown away, because here this man who, when I met, again, was halfway frozen, but stumbling drunk. I'm talking about fall down, bust head, that type of stumbling drunk, right? Just annoying me 24 hours a day, and just not even, I don't know. And now he's someone, and if you guys don't know anything about addiction, 7 days clean and sober is a huge deal. In fact, 1 day with someone who has addiction is a huge deal. So I stayed on the phone with him about 30 minutes because I was just impressed, and we really had this great conversation. And, again, he raised up, in church, and he knows that word. And of course, drinking and all that stuff just had him kind of all over the place. But to know that in that quiet time, in that quiet hotel room, he's not drinking. And I know he's not drinking because he doesn't sound like he's drinking. And again, he's not harassing my nerves. Like, I can tell he's clean. He's clean. And right before we got off the phone or whatever, he said, I know you get so annoyed. You get so annoyed with me keep saying thank you all the time. He said, but I just don't know how to react. He said, I've never had anyone to help. He's like, it's not normal that a stranger just helps someone. He said, so I just keep saying thank you. And I think the best thing I can do is to, stay sober. And I said, well, first and foremost, thank you. But let me correct you really, really quick. That's not the best thing you can do for me. The best thing you can do for me is to make sure you keep up with these people hotel room. And of course, I have a key I can pop up on him, but I can't watch him 24 hours a day, right? So you're not smoking in their room. You're not getting drunk and falling down their hallways and none of that nonsense. Again, the people at the front counter, they love him. The girls love him up there. They say he's very sweet. And he really is a sweet guy. If you listen to the recording, you can tell he's a sweet guy. He's very respectful. Again, when he's drinking, you just got to check him. But he's a very, very respectful guy. So I said, the best thing you can do is keep that hotel room clean, etc. And you've been doing an amazing job. You really have. So that's what you can do for me, because my credit card is on the line. So that's what you can do for me. And you've been doing that, and I'm grateful. Now, on the flip side, you keeping yourself clean and sober, and every time you feel an urge, because you will feel an urge, that's what addiction is all about. And of course, Satan don't want anybody to be clean, especially somebody with stage 4 cancer. So he wants to keep you in bondage, right? Hoping that you don't keep yourself together so that you don't meet Jesus. So every time you feel the urge come up, get in that word the same way you are right now, reading to me, get in your word, stay in your word, right? Because he's right next, the hotel is right next to a gas station. So he would always walk over there to get his little beer and stuff, right? But when you feel that urge, let it be when you're walking past that gas station, or if you're in that room and Satan's playing up in your head, trying to bring that urge back to you, get in your word, get in your word, get in your word, read that word, plead the blood, the whole 9 yards, right? And so that's the best thing you can do, is to get yourself right with God. Perfect timing. Perfect timing. So guys, I want to share that. That was the best gift, just knowing that he's on the right track, and just knowing that he's not drinking, and most importantly, he's back in his word, and just taking one day at a time, because that's really what it's about, one day at a time. So again, thanks to all of you who have planted seeds that has helped with his food and his shelter. So you guys are a part of this as well. I'm grateful, and he's grateful. So Merry Christmas, guys. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.